Oh, it's on now, and it has my Sims pictures. So it's just not my background that I need to change. I just put this as a placeholder so I don't have like that My Little Pony picture. Because as you know, even though no one else is watching this, I used to be a big ass My Little Pony fan when I was in middle school. My banner was My Little Pony OC with her friends. But obviously, I'm not down with that life no more, so I had to change it to something. But I wasn't gonna change it to. So, and I really wasn't changing it seriously at that point, and it's still like that now because I'm not really taking YouTube quote unquote seriously. I'm not even really taking it fake seriously. I'm just doing it for fun because I don't want to do this shit. But anyways, we're not gonna fixate about that right now. Anyways, so here is. Let me just see on my phone to make sure everything's running smoothly, and then yeah. Give me a moment. Oh my god. Please just give me 1 second. Okay, it's not. Oh, hang on. If I could pause streams, I would, but it's not available on. As you can see, there's no button to pause the stream, or is there? I'm afraid I'm gonna cut it off, and then I'll have to start all over again, and I don't want to do that. So, here it is. Okay, that's good enough. Okay, so I just wanted to make this stream. Not that I want to like be like a serious Sims YouTuber or anything like that. I just do this for fun because I absolutely love playing The Sims. You don't understand. Now, it's like if you love playing The Sims so much, why don't you showcase that talent? I would love to do that. I would absolutely love to do that, but it just takes a lot. And I'm in school and I don't got time to be playing video games. Now, don't get me wrong. I want to do that so bad. I love this game. I would play it all day. Have I done that before? Yes. I really love this game. But I can't do that because no one would approve of me doing that. And I got other priorities. I can't wait for this school to be over. Jesus. I'm not saying that I can't wait for school to be over so I can play video games all day. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying I just can't wait for school to be over. That's all I'm saying. And I'm going to just leave it at that. So, anyways, let's get to the game. Now, I don't know if the game is going to load properly because I've had it on all day and I have like 8,000 mods in my game, which I'm still trying to delete because it's making my game so slow. So, I'm going to have to like attempt to play if I can. If I can't, then I'll just stop it and then start again. Maybe. I mean, look at the time. It's 1 in the morning, and I'm not in bed. I still got my work clothes on because I was at work. Also, I'm gonna have to make this a hella clean version because I got some certain mods in here that I cannot be showcasing off like that. I can't. So, yeah, make sure this is a clean stream. Not that my streams are for kids because this is not no damn kids channel. Yeah, I said it. It's not no damn kids channel. But I'm not supposed to be having that kind of content on my channel. But anyways, just put that out there. So, before I even turn on The Sims, if it does load, which I doubt it will, it might be you might have a hard time hearing me because I tried and tried and tried to make the audio from The Sims lower than my microphone, and I haven't figured out how to do it. And I feel like someone who's like experienced in this is like, yo, that is so easy. How are you having trouble with that? And it's like, I know, I'm just a dumb. I'm sorry. So yeah, I'm aware. Even though, again, I'm the only one watching this, it's not like a video that is meant for anyone to watch. But if it was, I'm aware of the sound issue. So don't be saying, it's too loud. I know. Don't get on that bullshit with me, cause I know. Okay, I hate when I know of an issue and it's like you gotta fix it. I know. I'm aware of the issue. Let me take care of it. Thank you for your useless suggestion. Now leave me to it, or I'm gonna have this shit bass boosted. Cause yeah, I got the power to do that. I can bass boost this shit, but I'm not gonna do that. Cause that's wasting time. Anyways, I'm wasting time by just saying this this useless information. So let's get into the game. Yes, the game audio is pretty loud, like very loud, so I might have to speak very loud. I would like it to be not as loud, but let me see. I don't want to turn off the game audio for a few reasons. For one, I don't want to turn off the background music because some of them songs in the background be beautiful as fuck. Like the one from Spa Day, I love that sound so much. It just fills you with joy. Audio. So yeah, this is absolute silence. I'm not gonna play the game absolute silence because what kind of sociopath psycho plays The Sims in silence? So we can't have that. Music. Oh, I gotta be the dumbest Yo, I really sat here for like half an hour figuring out how I could do this when I could have done it right. Apologies. So maybe that's good. Let me see. Let me put my headphones on. So is this good? How about this? How about now? That sounds better. A lot better. Object music? What is object? I don't know. Voices? Well, I mean, obviously can't hear because no one talking. Sound effects? Oh, I thought that was sound effects. Wait, that was the USM. Oh, that's the USM. Hopefully the sound effects aren't too loud. And I gotta remember to change the settings back. So when I play the game without recording, it's gonna be like, why is it like sounding weird? Voice is fine. Let me turn the voices down. Let me just do everything at like 50. Hopefully that's not like fucking it up. And then UI sound. I'm gonna leave that a little loud. It's not bothering nobody. Object. Oh, like stereo speakers and stuff. Can I get I can get copyright strike for that. Yeah. I forgot this ain't TikTok or just anything that's like not copyright. Master volume. That's fine. Yep. Oh yeah. Also, my game takes absolutely eternity to load, and sometimes it don't load at all. So if it don't load, the stream's gonna end early. So how about I take the time to review all my families in my game, and a little just a small backstory of each of them, so to get like a better understanding of who is who and what is what. If I can actually, I don't know if I can because you can't see them, so damn, that sucks. Well, I'll just explain. I really genuinely don't know. What if I just go exit the main menu? I didn't play, so just exit to the menu. Oh, look at my little background. It's nice. I got this mod where I can change, where you can like get different loading screen backgrounds, and I'm still learning how to use my mods effective way. I know it's like, Kayla, how are you doing this? But yeah, I think I got like 12 loading screen backgrounds. I'm not sure, it was a lot of them. And I thought that if you just throw all of them in the mods folder that they'll like cycle through them and they'll change each time, but no, it just does like the first one in the folder. So the first one was like the sky, the blue one with the clouds. And that was cool and all, but I kind of like the nighttime with the stars and the dark clouds. That's really pretty. So I might keep this for a while. And it just looks so crisp behind the green plume bob that's spinning. That's not spinning right now because it's loading. But actually, plume bobs and the loading screen that don't spin and freeze, that's a good sign. Because if it's just moving regularly and smoothly, then you about to be in a fucked up situation because you can't play. I've done that plenty of times. So this is why it's important to save. I don't know how many times I try to make one of my Sims go home, and when they go home, it goes to the loading screen, and I just assume that when they go home. But nah, I press go home, loading screen shows up, and it never leaves the loading screen, and I didn't press save, and I keep doing that. So be careful with that. I feel like I will make that mistake again. So we're not doing a new game. These are some of my old saves. Like this is like the old one. This one is Tori that she refuses to play. She says The Sims is boring. Yo, if I hear somebody say that, I'ma smack the shit out of them. Ain't no way I played this game for hours. Well, she even played a game, so it's not a valid statement. I mean, is it partially valid? I mean, yeah, because she did play a little bit, but she really didn't play. Like, she didn't experience all the aspects of playing The Sims. You didn't download no mods, no CC. She didn't interact with any other Sims. Like, you can't play the game like that. Let me see, it's gonna load. Because sometimes it takes a while. No, I figured. But this one, well, probably because this family was already loaded when I played. But this one loaded too. I don't know what is going on. I don't know who this is. Sometimes I'll put houses in spots and then just random Sims just move in. Like, hey, free real estate. I was planning that for a family. But sometimes I'll get attached to the random Sim and be like, you know what, you can stay here. That's what I did with Molly. But yeah, it's not loading. So I guess I'll just explain who's in the family, and then maybe later on I'll show who it is. But as of right now, it's not popping up. Probably because, again, I left this game on running all day, and the game was like, please take me out of my misery. I've been on all day. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. Look, it was a long day. Anyways, so I'm gonna just start off with my very, very first family that I made when I first bought this game, which is the Wilson Ingram family. So, again, it would be helpful if you could actually see the motherfuckers. But, anyway, so it all started with, actually, can I go to the gallery? Let me go to the gallery instead to see if that will work. Like, you can see them there, but it won't. I'll just show you, like, their houses and stuff. I try to do this thing where I won't have, like, ugly townies, but I didn't do it right, or I just don't know. Anyways, am I connected to the Wi-Fi? I don't know. Oh, and also include custom content. Ah, there I am. And let me just do mine, because it is mine. Wait, yeah. Okay, so let's go to the beginning. The beginning. It all started with this monstrosity of a Sim. Yes, I know my Sim used to be really ugly. Look, this was when I first bought the game. I bought the game June 29th. I made this Sim as soon as I bought this game. So yes, she's looking a little bit rough. She's looking very rough. Very, very rough. Very base game. Look, I didn't know anything about. Actually, the first mod that I downloaded was the height slider, because I was like, wait, I just assumed that you could change the height of the Sims, but you can't. So I downloaded the height slider because height is important to me. Us short people, we take that personally. So yeah, my Sim had to be short. I think this is before I gave it a short. I made her short, I think. Anyways, so yeah, this is my Sim, very first one. Hideous, I get it. So then, afterwards, I changed outfits and stuff. Look at her face, looks so deranged. Like, it don't even look like my Sim. But anyways, so I put my Sim's house. Hopefully, it will take me back to this stage when I exit out here. I put my Sim right here. Now, I think it was just bare land when I first put my Sim here. And I had to build a house for my Sim, and let me tell you, that house was real ugly. Now, I was so used to like building houses in The Sims Mobile, because that's what I played before, because one, I didn't have a computer back then. Two, it was 2020, And 3, I didn't have a job, so I couldn't buy The Sims 4. So, and again, with what computer? I mean, we had a computer, but I'm pretty sure my parents would not let me play The Sims on their computer. Not that I want to, because that computer is unbearably slow, but if I did, that would probably be like my only option. Except for the downstairs computer, but I didn't like working down there anyways, so I just, I don't know, I just played on my phone because that's all I had during 2020. Anyways, so I was so used to like building in The Sims Mobile. So I built my Sim ugly house, which I did not save because I didn't know anything about the gallery or nothing like that. But yeah, trust me, you didn't want to see it. It's really ugly. I'm glad it's gone. Anyways, so I put my Sim here, and I built this sad excuse of a house, a shed basically. And later on, I just see these 3 Sims just roll up to my crib like, who the fuck are y'all? And it was the Sim named Travis Scott, Summer Holiday, and Liberty Lee. I'm pretty sure like everybody sees the motherfuckers when they first play the game if they move into Willow Creek. So they move in. I mean, they show up to my house, welcome wagon, blah blah blah. So I'm like playing around with the Sim, like the neighbors, and my phone about to die, with my Sim neighbors, and I don't know. I was like, what are these interactions? So there's funny, romantic, friendly. There's mean, mischief. I feel like I'm missing one, but those are the ones that interactions they have. So I think the first one I did was a romantic interaction with Summer Holiday, and Summer was just like, hell no, and I was like, understandable. So I did the same thing with Liberty Lee, and she's like, okay, I'm down with that. So automatically that meant they're gonna be married. As like, just like, yeah, I like that. Yeah, y'all married now. So I basically just stole Liberty Lee and added her to my family. And as I was like starting out playing The Sims, I was watching other people play The Sims to see how do you play, because I thought that there was like rules to playing The Sims, but not. To my surprise, there are no rules, which makes it like one of my favorite games, because there's no rules. You can do whatever you want. I'm like, whatever I want, yes, please. So yeah, that's one of the best parts. So I was like, wait, I could take Liberty Lee and change it up into a whole different Sim. Well, bet I'm gonna do that. So I took Liberty Lee, added her to my family, and I didn't. And also, before I even get into this, when I would watch people, like other people play The Sims, they'd be saying, oh, Liberty Lee, and I'd be like, that's weird to see in my Sim, you know, have a relationship with Liberty Lee, but then other people have that same relationship with the same Sim. That just sounds weird. So I'm gonna change it up, and I'm gonna change her identity. So what I did was I took her from this Liberty Lee, and I changed her name to Libby Ingram, because I didn't know what to change her name to. I'm like, what does she look like? Well, I can't have her name be Liberty. You know what? Her name gonna be Libby, because it's simple to remember, and I don't feel like typing all that shit. And then I just clicked the dice for the last name, and Ingram came out, and I'm like, that fits well, Libby Ingram. So yeah, that's her new name. That's her new identity. Why didn't I change her identity yet? What are her traits? I think I kept the same traits, because I don't think I knew about cast full edit mode yet. So she had pretty much the same traits. Yeah, same traits. But I changed her face, and I think I also changed like her body frame. Let me see. Yeah, she was a lot thinner, very, very thin. I think I gave her some meat on her bones, so not as thin. But later on, as she just like, you know, just did her thing in the game, she got a lot thinner and a lot stronger. So yeah, she probably could whip somebody's ass in real life if she was a real person. But yeah, that was her before, and she worked out. So yeah, I changed her face. I wish I could like zoom in closer, but I changed her face. I kept her mouth and her nose. I mean, I changed it like a small bit. I mean, is it very noticeable? Like, look at her nose now, and then look at her nose here. Like, I changed it a little bit. I made it a little more like. Can I play the song? No, I don't have my headphones on, so I can't. I don't want to hear myself like speaking because it's distracting. But anyways, I changed her nose a little bit, and did I change her lips? I don't think I changed her lips. Her lips look the same. I think I kept her lips, and then I also think I changed her face, her head shape too. Like, I just tried to make her look different than Liberty Lee, even though that is Liberty Lee. But since I changed it so much, she does not. That's not Liberty Lee to me. I also changed her voice and her walk style to make her a completely different sim, even though she has a lot of the same traits. I think I ended up changing her traits again recently, so there's still. Is it clumsy? Yeah, she's not clumsy. She's like, I think hers is like geek, bookworm, bossy, some other ones, stuff like that. And this is my. Oh yeah, before I even get into that, I spoiled it. So yeah, Liberty Lee or Libby Ingram in my sim before custom content, freaky, demon-looking type creatures, and this is them after custom content. Like, look at her. She looks so different than whatever I had before. A lot better, right? Like, she just looked like a real person. She was in high school, but yeah, a lot better than before. And they also had a child, so yeah, they had a baby. I don't know why the baby is so black. Like, I know melanin and genetics, could do stuff like that, but damn, that baby is black. But anyways, no, it's not bothering me or anything like that. It's just, I find it funny because when my sim, the baby grew up, it was absolutely not black like that. They just don't have any skin tones, like a variety of skin tones for the sims. Like, I noticed when like sims have babies, they'll either be white or black. Like, that's the only skin colors I've seen. I've never seen no tan, no beige, no in between. It's just extremely light or extremely black. Like, that's all I see. So yeah, that's how they look after the fact. A lot better. So then the baby grew up, and it was originally a boy, but I changed to be a girl because it wasn't in the order that I wanted to be. I wanted them to have the oldest be a girl, and then the second one, I didn't really care about the second one, like what gender it was, and then I wanted the child after that to be twins, and then after that I was like, I think we're gonna have one more kid, but later on they're gonna be the youngest and the sweetest, unless they have more kids, because sometimes sims sneak up kids on you, and it's crazy. So, and also I know it says Trey Ingram. I spelled it wrong. I'm illiterate, but I fixed it later on. It doesn't say Ingram anymore. It is correct now. So yeah, that's Trey. I kept the name because I'm like, that's a good name. I don't care if it's a boy's name. I like that name. So yeah, that's Trey. And yeah, it's also custom content too. So yeah, they playing the song? No. Again, I can't hear the song. But yeah. So, shit. Sorry, that's my water bottle. So later on, they had another kid. Now, I didn't like take pictures like one by one with each kid because I just forgot. And yeah, I just forgot. So these are my sims when they didn't really age after that because I don't like them being adults because they make them look old, and I don't. Yeah, look, she lost weight and she got some more muscle tone. So after Trey is a kid at this point, and then they had another kid named Jonah, and originally Jonah got taken away from them because of neglect, but since I didn't save my game, he did get taken away, so he's here. So yeah, that's Jonah. And if I knew what he looked like when he was old, I wouldn't give him that hairstyle because it absolutely does not match the hair texture that he has now. Again, is it that big of a deal? No, just a little thing that I'm thinking about. And so, shortly afterwards, they had twins. Reese was the original kid. This is his twin sister, Reese, and then Dom. So those are the twins. And also, I don't know where the blonde hair came from. Like when they were born, I'm like, blonde. I don't know. So yeah, they have blonde hair, and I was like, you know what? Okay, that's cool. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make a reason as to why they got blonde hair in a little bit. Ouch. So, Yeah, they have blonde hair. And then also, since the kids, even though it's just a video game, they were getting a lot since it was 3 toddlers and a kid. There was a lot of rascals running around. So they hired Sims hired 2 caregivers or babysitters or whatever. And then I was like, you know what? You can live in my house and we'll pay you if you just take care of my kids because they just getting on my nerves. Yeah, I was kidding. They get on my nerves. So yeah, she was there, living there. She looks so different. Anyways, so she was basically a live-in nanny. Is that a real thing? I don't know. I don't have no kids and I'm not planning on it. So yeah, the live-in nanny, Kiara. So it was my sim, Kiara, Trey, Libby, Dom, Reese, Jonah, Kiara, and baby. That might be the baby that got taken away from them. I don't remember that baby. That's probably Lucy, however you want to pronounce it. Yeah, taken away. So later on, I was just taking the same picture the family see the baby got taken away. So yeah, that baby's gone. Not that it mattered because it didn't matter. Yeah, same picture, just different poses. So at this point, Jonah grew up into a kid. I wish they had a little more like age progression. Like it's weird how like they'll go from baby to toddler. That's normal because I feel like toddler is still baby-ish, you know, because like they really can't take care of themselves and they water around like babies and they don't speak like babies or speak as much, you know. So and then after toddler they just jump to a kid. It's weird. It's like I see it as them from going from like age like a few months old to being like a year to 2 years old, and then they just go from 2 years old to like 9 years old. And it's like how you skipped a few years. I mean, I know childhood is like, you know, kids like from the ages of like I would say like 6, 7 to like maybe like 11 years old. You know, it's just basically grouped in as childhood, but I wish they did like a little more age progression. I'm not trying to like sound ungrateful or anything like that, but it's just weird how they just skip like a kind of a gap, you know, from basically baby to childhood. Like it would be cool if it was like baby, toddler, and then like little kid. Like when I think of little kid, I think of someone who's like from 3 to like 7 years old, like younger kid. Like they still kind of like stumble on their words, but they can speak in full sentences and do some things, like more things on their own, but definitely need some attention because again they're 3 to 5 years old, like they're little kids. And then go to like older kid, like 9, 10, 11 years old. And then another thing I hear a lot of people saying is preteen, because again you're skipping from like 9, 10, 11 years old to like 16, and it's like you skip like in like teenagers, that's like a huge gap. Like 13 and 16 are not the same, I know. And I can also say 16 and 19 definitely not the same. I'm 19 right now and I wince every time I see pictures of me when I was 16. Like god dang. Yeah. So I hear a lot of people talk about preteen, you know, ages in the sim, which would be very cool. And someone actually made a mod for that, and I do have the preteen mod, but for some reason it makes them stand funny. Like they stand with like a bend, and I don't know how to get rid of it or turn it off or like fix it, because I think I turned off one of my sims, but she still stands weird and I can't fix it, so I don't use it as much as I would like to. But I wish they already automatically had preteens instead of just jumping from kid to teenager, and, you know, give them a little more age progression. And then after teen is young adult, which is a little bit more understandable because right after you are a teenager, you do become a young adult. Because I mean, you know, isn't young adult like considered like 18? Like I know it's like 20s, but I would say even though 18 is considered a legal adult, I would say that 13 through 19, I mean like 18 and 19 are still teenagers, because like it's teenager. Like I don't know, I'm not gonna get into like the logical or the whole like my whole thought process about this, but I find it weird that we're considered adults, but like I absolutely do not feel like an adult. Like 18 just still feels extremely young to me. Even 19, like I wouldn't feel comfortable being able to like date like old people. That just don't sound right at all. Like, oh hell no, I wish there was still laws to, you know, stop that from happening, at least with me, because I'm not, oh hell no. Anyways, enough about that, because I want to confuse myself. But yeah, back to the game. So after young adult is adult, which is like I would say like mid 30s to like 40s, maybe like close to like early 50s. So I feel like towards the adult stage is where the gap starts to close, because like adult is basically just adult once you get older, and then after adult is elder. I wish they did have an age between adult and elder, because they just age too quickly for me. Like I feel like if they had like adult, older adult, and then elder, so like when I mean elder, I mean like those really older people who are like a retirement home age, like hospice age, like that kind of old. And then older adult is like 50s, 60s, 70s. So yeah, that's my thought process. That would be kind of cool if they had more age progression, but I feel like at the same time it would be a lot. So yeah, I'm keeping that back in my mind, but again, it would be cool. Anyways, back to what I was talking about. So yeah, so Jonah aged up to a kid, and then the other kids are still the same age. So at this point I'm getting ready to age Trey up, because the ages aren't matching up. I just age them myself until I feel like aging them. Let's see, where did I stop? Okay, so at this point all the kids are all kids. Yeah, that sentence does not make sense. And I also had one of my other stay-at-home caregivers live in my Sim's house. His name is Tate. Now he was the first babysitter that I had, and I would invite him over. Sorry. And I had him live there, because you know, why not? Also, I didn't know Kiara's hair used to look like that. So this is Tate. Kids all, you know, starting to grow up. I know, I'm getting tired. And then for a little bit, for a long while, they actually started like living together for a while, and it felt weird to see them like move out. So yeah, for a while they were living, and then Trey aged up to a teenager, and yes, she does look like a young adult, but that's just the Sims, don't ask me. So yeah, the siblings, kids, younger. And then I also made changes to my Sims. Also, my Sim wanted to lose weight, so that's why she's a lot thinner than how I made her before. I wanted to make my Sim fat, but she's like, oh hell no, you're not making me live that fat life, and just decided to lose that weight. So good for her. I wish it was easy for me, but anyways, so moving on. And then there's some random Sims that I had just to like make for something. So yeah, there's a lot of bald and random Sims, or just pre-made Sims where you go to like cast. Also, Jane Wilson, she always goes to prom in her underwear. I gave her a dress and she doesn't wear it, so I don't know, but that's just unrelated. That's another pre-made Sim. Starter Sim. Yeah. The Kincaid family, this is before their kid was born, because they had a kid together. But I know I'm gonna be going into so many bullet points. Okay, so let me go into the lives of the other Sims. So yeah, you already know the lives. That's so cute. You already know the lives of these ones. They started a family. They had Trey, Jonah, Dom, and Reese, and there's another child on the way that I can't say yet. and then the caregivers. So this, I'm gonna do her first. I don't even know if I'm gonna do all this because I think I have like 14, 15, 16, 17 families. I simply cannot tell that all night. Maybe tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon whenever I wake up, or if I do this, I don't know if I'm gonna do it, but yeah. Kiara, she so I gotta go into the whole backstory. So Kiara, okay, let me backtrack. So I had the sad clown portrait in my Sim's house. I summoned the sad clown, and I saw him, sadly walking away. And I paused the game, and I made him move into my Sim's house. And I basically made him quit that clown job, made him feel better, and got himself a new job. And now he was living his best life. And that guy's name was Anthony. He was a clown, and he also looks a lot like Tate. I don't know if it's just the gender. I don't know. But he looks like Tate. He looks like that could be like his brother or something. But we're gonna ignore that because it's now I can't stop thinking about it. Anyways, so this was him. I not remodeled, but gave him a new outfit and all that. And so then I tried to see if Kiara liked Anthony, and she did, and they went out and they had a good time, and they ended up having a kid together named Rose, who got taken away at first, but I was like, I'm not accepting that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a new baby, or just play with genetics and cast, and then call this Rose. So this is Rose. This is the kid that they have because the other kid got taken away, but that's not important. So this is the Rose that they had originally, because we're gonna say that. And she was a kid, obviously she was a baby, and I took care of her because she was gonna get taken away because I wasn't gonna deal with that again. So then she had the baby with Anthony, and then later on she got bored, I guess, and went to the club. I made her go to the club, and this guy walked past her and he was like laughing, and I'm like, how about they get together? So this guy, let me see if I saved it. Did I save him? I should have. Damn, I ain't save him. That's damn. Okay, so I didn't save him, but a guy named Rico, they went out and she really liked him, and so she would bring him over, this guy Rico, to my Sim's house, and they sorry, that radio was playing that smooth song. I know no one's gonna understand that, and I can't be getting off topic like that because no one's gonna understand it. Anyways, so yes, when Anthony would leave to go to work, Kiara will get freaky with Rico, and when he would come back, Rico would dip, and they wouldn't tell nobody. So then one day, Anthony, either he didn't go to work, or he came to work early, or Kiara just didn't plan properly, but they were, messing around. And Anthony walked in, and he was basically like, what the fuck are y'all doing? And she got caught, and he's enraged at this point, and Kiara's embarrassed because she ain't got no clothes on, and Rico's in there just standing there. He's yelling at her. She's embarrassed. So the whole family comes upstairs. I don't know why. And she walks out and sees the whole family. She still ain't got no clothes on. She's mortified, and she got so embarrassed that she died. So she died of embarrassment, and I'm like, damn. And then Anthony, within the same 2 minutes, Anthony died from cardiac explosion because he was so mad. And I'm like, damn, you gotta kill both of them at the same exact time? So of course I just gave him some ambrosia because I didn't want him to be dead. So I brought him back to life, and they said that they're gonna be through, Anthony and Kiara, and he was gonna take Rose with her. So he took Rose and moved into this random lady's house named Chelsea Kincaid, and he didn't even know, he just moved in. Just imagine some random person's like, can I move in with my child? 9 times out of 10 they gonna say no because you ain't paying no type of bills. I mean, there's some people that are nicer to say yes, but I am not letting some random person I ain't never met in my life live in my house that I don't know with some child. Nah, cause I feel like your responsibility as a parent is gonna become my responsibility because I feel like they not gonna take care of the kids enough. But anyways, just random fake scenario. So yeah, Anthony took the kid, Rose, moved in with Chelsea, and they lived a happy life. So Kiara kept in touch with Rico, and they eventually got married. Did they get married? Actually, I don't know. If they did, I don't remember. But they are either in a really tight relationship or they got married. I don't remember. And then I'm gonna just skip through. She ended up having kids of her own. Oldest is I'm really tired. I don't know if to call her Olivia Lydia or Lydia Olivia. I don't know. I think her name is Lydia Olivia because I feel like Olivia Lydia just does not sound right. What sounds better? Lydia Olivia or Olivia Lydia? Did I say that right? Lydia Olivia or Olivia Lydia? I think Lydia Olivia sounds better. They both a mouthful and they got too many A's and all these other letters. Olivia Lydia and Olivia Lydia and L's and all that whatnot nonsense. So you could either call her Olivia Lydia, Olivia Lydia, or Lydia Olivia. I don't care. I couldn't decide on what the name to be because she did definitely look like Lydia, but she definitely looked more like an Olivia. So I'm like, I wanted to be Olivia, but I like the name Lydia. So maybe I'll make it her middle name. But then if her last name is presented, then it's just her last name is gonna be automatically Lydia Whitney because that's Rico's last name is Whitney. So yeah. And the other child they had was Sydney Whitney, who is this other oldest. And then one day Kiara she said that she wanted to have a child, but I guess she wasn't able to have a child, so she adopted the child. Ran out of nowhere, just had a child out of nowhere. And then they actually had a child by themselves, Rico and Whitney. And the kid was not happy about that. They adopted a kid named Elena. And then they named their daughter Gloria. So yeah, that was the story of Kiara. And they living in this big ass house because they got a big ass family. And I think they deserve it. And they got some money. And yeah, they moved out. So then with Tate. So Tate, I'm getting extremely tired. So Tate, he was riding solo for a while. And I was like, he needs to meet somebody because he deserves it. So I made him go to the club, and I think this is when I was still like base game, only 3 worlds. So my stuff keeps falling down. So he went to the nightclub, the blues club, you know what I'm talking about, in the base game Willow Creek. Yeah, that. He went there, and I changed the radio station to not be blues because I did not like the songs that were being played. And if y'all in a nightclub and y'all dancing like squirrels, then y'all at least need some jumping music. So I changed it to either like hip hop or pop or something like that, or a remix. So he went down and he sat at a table and he's talking to a random sim, and they're talking, and I get a notification saying like, Tate caught the attention of Tyler. Should Tate accept Tyler's advances or deny him? And I made him select. What's it called? Yes, I've selected yes. As you can tell, I'm getting extremely tired, so I will continue this later. I doubt it's going to load, so hopefully you can hear me. And hopefully the volume wasn't too loud because I was talking up a storm and it wasn't loading. But yes, I'm getting exhausted. I might finish this tomorrow. I'm very tired. I mean, I don't think anyone's watching the stream at all because nobody knows I exist. I mean, does it hurt me? No, nah, nah, not really. I wasn't intending this to be like a video meant to be viewed or anything like that. So it doesn't really bother me. anyways, I'm really gonna go to bed. Hopefully the stream went pretty well. I'm losing my train of thought, but yes.